Guys, would you explain your topic?
Our topic is China's Nordic culture project.
How do you feel now?
Bad.
You don't know?
Yes.
Okay, let's start.
China's Nordic culture project is a movement of China to distort the other country's culture to make theirs. It's a part of the Nordic Asia project. Lately, Chinese game company 4399 is accused of writing Korean Admiral Yi Sun-shin to Chinese civilization. In their game, Civilization Wars advertisement, the game company explained that it was the fault of its management team and they deleted the ad right away after noticing the problem. Professor So Kyung-duk from Songjin Women's University thought that there was the explanation of the company, but we have to pay attention to the fact that China had been using the games for China's Nordic culture project. Then he gave some examples. From the past, there were a lot of games which have turned up hanbok, ga, and others into Chinese culture. Professor So said if Chinese games distort our cultural game, we have to respond positively, not just keep getting angry and accusing. China's Nordic culture project is progressing not only on the cultures but also on the persons. From the past, Chinese are saying that Korea's entertainers and even King Sejong is Korean Chinese. This time, when Son Heung-min started to get attention to the international press, Chinese netizens said Son Heung-min is the descendant of Son Ah-gong. Son Heung-min must be one of the Chinese national team. In 2020, when the Chinese media heard about Son Heung-min put 11 goals in the season, they wrote an article that named ASEAN Soccer King Son Heung-min from Shandong scored the first class in EPL, and they insisted that Son Heung-min is a Korean, but his place of the family register is Shandong Yantai.
Highlight Korea's New Year. Korean New Year's Day is the Korea's internet holiday, but Chinese told people that Korean New Year's Day copied from Chinese New Year's Day. For example, Overwatch released the New Year skin on the game. At the time, Chinese complained to Blizzard Entertainment, and a Chinese who lives Korea posted on the website of the National Petition. He wrote a writing that is Korea stole Chinese New Year's Day, so Koreans should not steal the China's holiday. So he got lots of complaints. A game operator of Sims 4 wrote a writing about Korean New Year's Day. Again, this time Chinese complained to the game operators, but the game operators showed a picture that it's Korean food with wearing hanbok together. In the last 2022 Beijing Olympics, China presented a woman that is wearing a hanbok because they want to make hanbok to be considered as China's clothes. At the time, their intention seemed very explicit. So the United States ambassador said on Twitter, "What comes in your mind when it comes to Korea? Of course, hanbok." Drama. Also, China showed that Chinese wear hanbok and they cook Korean food through the drama Jinsuki that is on air at the Disney Plus. So they were critics of a Squid Game, which is one of the famous Korean drama. In 2021, Chinese claimed that Squid Game that one of the traditional Korean games is China's game, and they insisted that dalgona is also originated from China because sugar is originated from China. To be honest, I don't know why Chinese tries to steal Korea's cultures or Korea's good things. And I am furious because Chinese wrote some writings that Korea's great men are Chinese. I don't think all Chinese act without any doubts, but most Chinese people act very rude. I want the president of Korea or Koreans to respond strongly and notify Korea's cultures into the world.
I can't understand Chinese through this cultural product at all. Why do they often link other countries' culture to theirs? Especially, I am upset the Chinese insist our country's culture and people to theirs. It's ridiculous that they wrote the General Yi Sun-shin to Chinese in the ad and insisted that Sonheung-min is a descendant of Sonagong. We have to be more concerned about our culture and let more people know about it, so China don't steal our culture.
Attention! 5,